Southeast, why una no want make we defeat una? We will keep on trying until we defeat una. This is our country.
Okay, just recently we saw what happened in Abia State, where over 100 Fulani bandits were captured in Abia State, and it shows that Alex Oti is one of the governors seriously working towards to crush and to flush out bandits from Southeast.
If you look at one of the things where the reason why Nnamdi Kanu saw this thing coming and said that ESN is not a military, it's not meant for Nigerian military, it's not going to attack Nigerian military, it's not going. That ESN was created to fight the infiltration of the Fulani Militia, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and all that, who are planning on destroying the Biafran land. And that is the reason why it is called Eastern Security Network, to stop Fulani infiltration in the Biafran land. As simple as that. Self-defense. But Nigerian political class continue to twist that narrative to something else. And you can see that all this while you have not seen or heard that ESN leadership attacked a military checkpoint, attacked a police station. Where we normally see this thing on daily basis is in the northern part and the middle belt and some other places where we see that Boko Haram, ISWAP, and all of that are the ones in charge and all that. Look at what is happening. We must give credit to Alex Oti, who have rejected, because if Alex Oti have entered APC, possibly, he would have been experiencing what other governors who discount to APC are experiencing now: continuous Fulani infiltration in all the forests of those states currently now, especially in the southern part of the country. But you can see, when the news broke out, that unfortunately the ESA has manned surveillance on all the boundaries before we hear what happened in Akwa Ibom. And it paid off, where a lot of them were actually apprehended, arrested right inside a deep forest. And they are facing interrogation, and they are exposing a lot of things. The Nigerian police did not do that. The Nigerian army did not do that. It was reported that that accomplishment came from ESN. Disarmed them in Abia Forest. Arrest them. Some of them were being, tracked on their way trying to get water from, Imo River in Azumiri. Let me just put it that way. They were tracked. And nobody escaped. It's a difficult terrain for you to think you can, if you take Nnamdi Kanu State, Abia State, God's own state, it cannot happen. And it tells you that it is something that they need to get it very clearly, because they are actually pushing Nigeria to a serious, collapse of, chaos and war. And we are seeing the same development also in Ogun State.
Okay, but
what are we talking about here?
Okay, but in Ogun State, in Sabo Abeokuta, we saw, over 10 bandits that were arrested in Sabo Abeokuta, and these people were taken to the police for what? For further investigation. But what can, as a Nigerian, what can each state?
Can a Fulani man arrest a Southern farmer or a Southerner in the north and say he's taking them to the police station? What are you taking them to the police station for? Because you are a Southerner. Can that kind of a thing happen in the north? How many people have they killed and kidnapped that they took to police station, the Fulani Danjawi? Nigerian government is silent over these atrocities. Nigerian government is compromising the security of Nigeria for political conquest. I'm not surprised the Ogun State people are not experiencing it. Bros, let me tell you, the Amateku cannot handle these people. They are too sophisticated. They are highly sophisticated, especially states that have large, big forests. If you look at those states, they are very easy. And you know how they operate. They come with trailers. You think they are normal human? They are not normal human beings when they come with their trailers. How effective is the banning of grazing in Nigeria? Even after they have banned that, are they talking of grazing this time around? They are pretending under different cover up. And they have continued to infiltrate the southern part of the country because they said it before. Southerners as it. Why is it that they are just pretending that as if they don't have pre-knowledge of many years of signals and warning by these people that they must conquer the southern part of the country, especially. So they should not be surprised, and they are doing it. The political machineries they are using cannot be said not to be known by the government. The Yorubas should wake up to reality
But should like to
and stop seeing the Igbo people as their enemy. We don't raise hand against you. Why would you continue to project hatred simply because you share the national power, political power with the Fulanis? That what don't makes you see Igbo man. What you are enjoying with the Northerners currently now is just for the time being. And just like what I said before, nobody knew that the United States of America are recorded and documented since 2009 on the development of the jihadist conquest plan in Nigeria. And when they brought it out, they says there's Christian genocide. The government started lobbying. Well, America might be taking their time, but I think it has gotten the legislative required numbers, votes, to invade Nigeria. Whether they carried it out or not, logistics in this kind of thing is also very important. It takes time.
Okay, but do you not think that the president, him being a Yoruba man, should what? Do you not think at time, even though if secretly, do you not think at time he fully invests in security in the certain part of Nigeria?
Security. This is a matter of government taking a decisive decision to return Nigeria to Aburi. Return Nigeria to Aburi. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can you return Nigeria to Aburi? Can you return Nigeria to regionalism? Can you disarm this federal structure that allows and sees the North as the godfathers of other regions? And unless you come to them, you can never access political power. There should be a lot of resistance in that regard. And I'm telling you very clearly that at this point in time, it becomes a mystery on how Nigeria think that they are going to wrinkle out from what they deliberately entered because they don't want an Igbo man rise. They don't want Igbos to rise. But the God of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the God of Israel, in one way or the other, just like the way we saw it very clearly that Israel was rescued divinely. You can never tell. But let the will of God be done on a people who have suffered so much oppression and suppression. Lies, gang up, compromise, media-related attacks on the Igbo people that led to the 6 million lives lost during the 1967 war. It has continued. And this generation is saying enough.
Okay, but we saw in Rivers State where a local government in Rivers State, Eche to be precise, the youth and the farmers had to clash with the Fulani's herdsmen in Eche in River State. We know that for a fact that Asawana boys are winning, and
You cannot say this is not winning. But
they're winning now.
sustainability is what we're talking about. You know, the DSS has confirmed infiltration of Fulani herdsmen, jihadists, Militia in the entire River State. And you know that if they suppress that, then of course the resources of that state will be tailored towards a certain interest in the north, and they will use it to launch. Once they take over that place, is there the possibility of continue to conquer other states that are already there. The army is not talking. The police is not talking. Nobody is talking. Those who stand up to fight them are being arrested and killed by the authorities themselves. Then how do you continue on this process? If the South and the Southeast does not come together and forget about this political division called South and Southeast, then you must be ready to surrender to the Northern and Fulani Caliphate of the Sokoto. As simple as that. The Yoruba does not care, because they are already divided religious wise. You have some of them that are Muslims, you have some of them that are Christians, and they are telling you in a few years from now there will be no Christian population in Yoruba land. That's why they are celebrating what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu online, creating all manner of AI and all that. But is Igbo man truly your enemy? That's the question you should ask yourself. And that's my take on that.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has never been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep One Nigeria. And that One Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? Who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are meeting to the ICC, Nigeria should should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody, because the French government have done their own findings too, and they've seen that something is fishy under the ground, that this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it, that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samonepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hands. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Samonepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samonepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of Nnamdi Kanu, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere, and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how Sidia Musa would escape it. Let's see how Sidia Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgment to sentence Simon Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow we say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how we tend to hold it, Biafra would exist the country. No matter how we tend to keep it, Biafra would exist this country. And I am sure that Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please can you like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.